Welcome to Advocate Today. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. Musician Amy Ray has been using her voice to uplift marginalized communities for years, and she isn't about to stop now. With her 10th solo album, If It All Goes South, out now, I caught up with Amy to discuss her activism through song and much more. I wanted to ask you as well, because you collaborate with, you have Brandy, Natalie Henby, Allison Russell, and others singing on this album. And you and Emily have always been such incredible collaborators and inviting people into your music and sharing it with other musicians as well as the audience. Would you talk a little bit about carrying that through on this album?
I mean, Brandy did her thing remotely. Most of this record, like 3 songs were made, the roots of them were made digitally during the pandemic, and we finished them when we made the full record. But they had come out as singles during the pandemic, and then we went back in and reworked them and transferred to tape those songs. But the rest of it, the other 7 songs, were recorded live to tape. And like Natalie Henby, for instance, we recorded the song, the band did it live, I sang it live, and then she came in like the next day and just did like 2 takes of a vocal to the tape. And she blew our minds because she's so talented. Allison Brown played banjo on the record, and she was part of the live band. Allison Russell did her vocal to a song I had put out as a single during the pandemic, an anti-racism song, but about taking Southern monuments down that are racist. But I had sung the song by myself, and I just felt like it wasn't there yet. And so I was watching a show that Allison was singing in Mexico, and I was watching her show, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I want to get her to sing on this if she will. So she did. And then Brandy did her part remotely, actually, which I sent her Subway, and she just said, yeah, I'll totally do this, because she sings on all my solo records. She's always been really good about that. I had a gospel group come in and sing. I had a Phil Cook come in and played keys, and he's amazing. It's, for me, like, that's one of the most fun parts. It's just like the band's all there. We're recording live. Sarah Jarosz came in, played live with us. She's a virtuoso. I'm with her, did a song with Sarah Watkins, Sarah Jarosz, and Aoife O'Donovan. And I don't know, that's the best part to me, is like, who is the band, my band, who I love, but also who's going to play with us, you know? And that's, I feel like, I mean, the last record I had Vince Gill and Brandy do something together, which was, off the cuff. It was cool.
It's so delightful for everyone.
For us too.
Yeah, good. I just, before our time ends, I wanted to ask you a little bit about touring. I know your concerts in 2020 were canceled because of the pandemic with the Indigo Girls, and you and Amy got out and started touring last year. I'm sorry, you and Emily got out and started touring last year. What's that been like?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we just played our last show. We just finished making up all the shows that we couldn't do during the pandemic, like 2 weeks ago.
Amazing.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's been so fun. And I mean, the first few times we played after we hadn't played live in so long were just amazing. Like, it's such a good feeling. It's such a good energy. So it's been actually remarkable. The audiences have been amazing. Like, in the last, since we got out of, I mean, even before the pandemic, they were amazing. But then we had that, and everybody was it was just a lot, right? And there was so much suffering. And I think just to get together and have that joy in the same room together is what we need, right? So
100%.
For us, it's been great. And, we're going to tour. I'm doing solo tours in February and May. And then Emily and I are playing in between all that. And then in the summer, we get to go out with our full band. Emily and I do, that we were going to go out with when it was canceled. So we're super excited about that. And then we have like a documentary that's coming out at Sundance, Indigo Girls. And then this really super awesome queer musical movie called Glitter and Doom coming out next year, or this coming year, that has all of our music in it. And it's a crazy, amazing film. Very like Moulin Rouge, Rocky Horror, LA with Indigo Girls music. It's kind of a crazy story, but it's a really cool movie. So we're happy to be part of that. It's really fun, super fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Amy, I just wanted to give you an opportunity if there's anything else you wanted to touch on about If It All Goes South or anything else coming out.
Well, one thing that's happening is this year is the 30th anniversary of Honor the Earth, which is the group Emily and I co-founded with Winona LaDuke, the Native activist, and the Indigenous Women's Network and the Seventh Generation Fund and the Indigenous Environmental Network. So we all started this group together. We've been going 30 years, and this year we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. And I have to say, ever since Standing Rock, I guess there's all that moment when Native issues really break through in the media finally, and we're so happy to see so much more awareness, of what's happening in Native communities and all the great work that Native communities do around cultural sustainability and like micro markets and agriculture and good energy projects instead of bad ones. And so we're going to do a bunch of events this year, celebrating that, just like little shows in different regions with Indian musicians and speakers and us playing. And it's going to be, we're getting ready to plan it all with Winona. And so that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's on my mind a lot because it's been a long road. And I guess those folks that mentored us in those communities really helped us with everything, all of our activism and our music and energy and everything. Those women, I don't even know what I'd be like without all them, and for us as queers, it's also was pretty instrumental in our growth as queer women to, have these mentors from the Indigenous community that also, some of them were also queer. So it's like a lot of thought about race and gender and sexuality and how we all can, just the intersectionality of it, I guess,
Exactly.
that's like the buzzword, I guess, that people understand now, which is great because we've always like, what is the word for all these things? Oh, intersectionality.
Yeah. Now we have one.
And yeah. So I'd say that,
Well, incredible. We'll be on the lookout for those events, and congratulations and thank you for all that work that you've been doing.
Thanks for what y'all do. Hey, we're in it
we're trying, but yeah,
we are in it together.
We are in it together. Again, Amy, thank you for chatting with me again and for your music. It's just so uplifting.
Thank you for everything y'all do. We need it now. We need it right now.
We do. Thank you so much to Amy for stopping by. I'm a big fan. I've been listening to her music for decades now. Her new album, If It All Goes South, is out now. You can watch our full interview on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. That's all the time we have for today. You can check out more content and coverage that advocates for you on advocatechannel.com. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. I'll see you next time.